advice that is very precious. One person in 1,000 people is better than the saying of 1,000 people about one person. So raise yourself in front of them. Make sure that they will find you in every goodness in front of them. Do good in your prayers. Stay away from the extra talk and be God conscious in all the time. Know that all good characters are inherited, and the love of good is contagious. And the good person and the bad person, they are just like the one who sold the perfume and the one who is blowing the smoke in the hadith that we all know about the good one. He will always give you a good perfume. Either sell from him, you buy from him, or you will gain that smell. Or the other one, he either will burn your clothes or he will give you the bad smell. So be careful who you is your friend. Don't let your action be different than what you say. The companions of the Prophet ﷺ are they rarely say anything or advise anybody, but they do a lot of work. So their kids, they learned from their action, not from their talk. If the parents they knew how much they will gain of goodness after they die, or sins after they die, they will have the best of performance in front of their kids. And they will raise them in the way that Allah is pleased with them. Questions about a partnership. Most of these partnerships, unfortunately, most of it, and not all of it, with very disaster end. The lady is asking, I'm a partner in money in a factory. I get 22% from 2015, and then from that time, and I didn't take any penny yet. I put on what I have, and the partner who is he's saying we're growing, we are increasing the principal money. Then we found out that he is stealing. He took all the profits to him by himself, and he stole everything in the cash, and he ran away. I was trying to convince his partner that he's taken uh, something, but he took a loan. So he said, so we have to have a way to save the factory. Everybody has to pay 150,000. The workers they didn't get their salary. I paid from my own money the 60,000 every month because the rest of my partners don't pay. The main partner is the thief, and I didn't want them to stay without salary 3 months. And now I can't pay. The factory is a disaster. We have uh, to pay salaries, the court they put the burden on the company, not on the partners. So everything is going to be liquidated, and it's not enough to pay the money. It is very sad story. So if whatever the rights of the, do I have to pay it, or only my percentage of partnership? So we tell her, my sister, the profit is what we agree on, but uh, the 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 loss is by the percentage. But we don't know what is the condition of this partnership, and the only way if somebody goes to the extreme or they overdid. But if we have a company, everybody put their money and work so they could distribute the profit, then the profit on what they agree on, and the loss on the percentage of the money they put. If what is I heard is correct, and the accuracy on the facts, and I free from anything you could say that is different, I just go with the fact that you told me. The one who work or the partner, he has stolen. He's responsible for all these losses. But how are you going to prove that? And how are you going to follow him? And he have run away and became something, and he have lost a big debt behind him. We have a big disaster. We have to deal with it to lower the corruption as much as we can. If the court they have put the burden on the company, not on the partners, so the responsibility of what is there in the company does not go to the personal money of the partners, because that's what the legal law in that company, and that's between the partners and between the workers. May Allah compensate you for what you lost. A woman, she got divorced one or twice. When she finished her period, someone married her without her parents knew. Then he divorced her. Then her first ex wanted to take her back. But she don't want to tell him that she got married during that period. So what does she do? If she got married after the period is done, and and she went with Abu Hanifa, where the adult woman can marry herself, then that file is done. She don't need to tell anybody. But she needs to be careful for the future, not to enter these kinds of problem. May Allah forgive her and forgive us. Someone is saying, I go through some websites and they make me agree on any conditions. To deal with them, you have to sign. Yeah. We did not read it. We don't know what's in it. It could be against the Shara. Is that signature acceptance of taking the judgment something else beside Allah? The answer, I hope that agreement on this condition in the social media of what you have mentioned, because in most likely it's from the administrative way, and the Sharia that the Sharia left to let the experts put it down. People, but what going to best serve their interest and take any corruption. The halal is very clear, the haram is very clear, but there is an area that Allah has intentionally left it for the human effort to work on. The consultation. The consultation is must in Sharia. It made it rule in ruling. It has a big surah, it's called about consultation, but did not talk about the mechanism of that consultation, on how it's done. It left it for the human being to make their own things that's more easy for them. So whatever served their best interest, they could put that. A question. My daughter is asking a very deep question. She's a child. Why we cannot dig the grave of the Prophet so we could see him and know how he looks like and touch his body like the black stone? So we interpret that because anything touch the body of the Prophet is forbidden on the hellfire. So I don't know what to answer her. So my answer, there is a right for the dead after they die, you don't touch them. And the best people that deserve these rights is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he told us what will tell us to enter us Jannah and what make us far away from the hellfire. And touching him, what she mentioned is not part of that. This is an imagination of a child. And tell her, if you imagine 2 billion, they want to touch the body of the Prophet. How long would that take, actually? This is an imagination of a child, so you have to show her the good emotions, but we have to teach her right path. Sometimes the actions have to be, it's not the good intention, you have to, the righteousness, and follow the sunnah, because Allah said, whoever want to meet his Lord, let him do a good deed and do not put partners. The second question. In some of the government area, to they do the credit card, they don't accept cash. So I have credit card, as if I am renting it to do something. So I'll pay the cash, and I charge somebody if you use my credit card. I have credit card, my friend doesn't. It's not a loan. This is a service, a financial service. Can I do that or no? The answer, if the matter has financial service and has no look like a loan, and you just get it that card so you could pay the money so you could pay it immediately so you don't have a loan. So I don't think anything wrong. It is a service, and I hope that you're getting the reward, the money for that, and don't go to the extreme. Someone in Quran, they told him not to follow with the students. So if someone asks him, if one of those people in that company, you want to communicate with him privately with the new student. So what does he do? Well, we have to look at the condition. If they have told him that during your work that you teach the Quran only for them, and you cannot teach somebody else um, except through them, so you have to fulfill that part or resign if you can't stay with the condition. If they have put that condition for those who did with you, then then there is no restriction. But it's there. So you have to look at the condition that is done and to fulfill that condition. About given the debt when it's different currency. Someone lived in Russia, and with the Ukraine, what happened? He wanted to go back to his country, and he didn't have money, so he took a loan to pay the airline, and after that, the currency went down to half. So how does he bring that loan back? The origins, you give the loan back with its equality, not with its value. You took $100, you take it $100. 100 pound, you take it 100 pound. And whatever happens in the currency does not matter, only if the currency completely collapses. A big, then it is, then that's when you look at the value. And for the AMJA, you look at the inflation. Originally, the loans had to go back with its equal, not its value. And you don't look at the trade. But then they said the actual equality would not happen with the fact. The money is what the power of buying. So if that is wiped, so that paper is nothing to do, it's not to have a value. So if the currency is cancelled or collapsed, you look at the value. So if it collapsed or it went down big time, then you look at the value to stop the harm. And to look at the emergency situations. A lot of people are asking about the explanation why the Holy Land is not for the sons of Israel now. My dear brothers, may Allah ease your hardship. The land is to Allah. He gave it to whomever He wish in His servant. Allah has written in the Zabur after that the land will be inherited by the righteous people. I have written it to sons of Israel when they were on the right path, when they were following Musa at that time, and for these people at that time, because they devoted Allah's covenant. Allah said because of their disillusion to their covenant, Allah has cursed them because they changed the word after its place. No one is related to Allah Azza wa Jal. The only thing is your action, your piety, your God consciousness. The land is not ownership for anybody, no matter whatever what happens. No matter how many he kills of the prophets of Allah, or disbelieve in the sons of Allah, or curse Allah. And the Jews, they said that Allah's hand is miser, Their hands are miser, his hands are open, he spend any way he wish. Allah said they are cursed the son of Israel on the tongue of Isa, son of Maryam, because of their aggression. They will not stop on a sin they have done. The same logic. It's applied to us. We are the best nation that came to humanity. Is it in our situation? No. Ordain what is good and forbid what is evil, and you believe in Allah. That's the the goodness is to believe in Allah and to ordain what is good and forbid what is evil. And when our goodness will go back, it depends on how we apply that measurement. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bring us back to the goodness that we were. What about remove something in the face? Because uh, the work required. I don't know what is that work that's required to do that. The plastic surgery to take a flaw in, or to take some bad thing, then it is okay. Because you're bringing things to the origins. So if there is a cut from accident, or there is like a flaw, but is to make you more beautiful, no, it's not allowed. It will be from the changing of the creation of Allah, because the shaitan said, I will order them so they will uh, cut the ears of the animals, and they will change the creation of Allah. And I don't know what is this work that's required to do that. I told you what the rule, and everybody is responsible for his religion. Someone asking, if someone open a restaurant, but his money is from haram, can we deal with him? Like to work with him, to eat at his place? There is nothing wrong of dealing with people who have taken loan with riba, or there is something wrong with his money, because that's sin on himself. Because the money that is earned illegally, the sin is on the person who have gained it only. Does not go to other people. As long as it is in a legitimate way of buying, selling, and gift and inheritance. Because every soul is responsible for themselves. The Prophet ﷺ, he dealt with the Jews in Al-Medina, buying and selling, and he accepted their invitation to food, and he knew what happened to their money from the things that are forbidden. They used to take the riba, and they were forbidden, and they used to take the bribery, and they used to take people's money unjustly, and they used to say, we have no burden, no sin on the people who are not from their own religion. And that did not stop the Prophet ﷺ of dealing with them and eating and eating from them. And after that, all the way you want to guard yourself is open. Someone in the engineering, he wanted to get training, and he was very lazy. He didn't do nothing during the vacation. So he said, what do I do? I mean, I don't know, what do I need to do? Just do your best and ask Allah, and deal with the academic and the managers who's going to tell you what to do. Uh, and if you have a problem, then you tell us, inshallah. Someone saying, I'm trying to change my work. Someone, he took a course to work. He told me I could go to his email and take that course instead of him. Is there a sin on me or him? Well, the origins that these services are personal, and for the person who's doing it without others. Like if you say, whomever had that service, if he didn't get a personal benefit and he allows someone to individual benefit instead of profit with no profit, so there should be allowance in that because there is no harm in the selling area. And Allah knows the best. Someone is asking, I gave somebody money in Mudaraba. I want to work in Mudaraba and give with the money and he have to work. Now I want to take my money back. I take it in dollars or the local currency. The answer, if the company works with the currency of that time and you have changed that to that currency and that's what you entered in your principal and that's your part, then you are a partner with the local currency, not with the dollar. Because the inflation will take any profit that the company will make. I'm a dentist. Most of the patients are women, 80% maybe. If I only do men, I can't have income. So what do I do? Originally, that the men treat men and women treat women. So the woman should not have except someone who is except in an emergency. There is no other doctor. In the fiqh committee that originally if there is a doctor special, who specializes in something, you look at the patient. If not, then another doctor, non-Muslim, who are trusted. Then a Muslim doctor. If not, then another doctor who's not Muslim. And he will look at the part that is sick. Well, this is the general rules. After that, that for all the em- medical emergency, it has its own. If you are home and you cannot enter, then you have the that you uh, use treat other patients, but you have to do your best not to look, not to have chastity, or to have some rules for to protect yourself. Last question. He said, I have a friend at work, and his nephew, his niece, and and he was tired, so he said, give me some money so I could buy, certain things like orange juice and biscuit uh, and the child died. What do with the money? Can I buy something for my gun? Well, I tell you, inshallah, this is from the little things that don't should not waste your time with it, and don't just go into something like this. But he gave you 20, 50, and to give you a list, so many things to buy. what country you're talking about that you'll be able to buy all of this for 50 جنيه? I hope that it will be, you could put it in your idea for what you see is good. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. صحيح هاي ليش طفت؟ هاي هدول أنا كنت مشغلهم.